Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over. And surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Friday. Juma Mubarak to all our Muslim brothers and sisters. Pray for Ghana if you can. Pray for our leaders, that they will have a change of heart in many ways. And those who pretend to lead, that they will have a change of heart and know that they are supposed to lead the people, to lift them up. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. On Tuesday, I started a conversation with you, something that broke in 2005. And right when I finished, the day after, I had a call from a certain Mrs. Sori. And apparently she had been the woman at the center of all the events that happened on the Spintex Road, Coastal Estates. I told you about the mast. Take me to 2005. Just slide the pictures. Now, a private company had put up a mast. The mast had collapsed and hit a home, destroyed the home. And then the parent or the mother of the two boys at the time was hit heavily. And then one of the boys died instantly. The other young man suffered memory loss and was traumatized, obviously, was in coma for a long time, I'm told. And this happened in 2005, Coastal Estates. Everybody who lives around there knows what I'm talking about. So when this matter came and looking at the kind of devastation that had happened there, the kind of emotional torture and trauma that had happened there, when the same company started mounting the mast again, they got worried. They got worried because people in those homes that were destroyed, or that home that was destroyed, and you can see the pictures, 2005, we had to dig into the archives to find this. In 2005, they still live in that trauma. And they were scared that the mast was being erected at the same point, at the same location, by the same people, just around the same time that the former one was erected, and which came to cause them a lot of pain and anguish. So they reached out to me, and I get a lot of these distress calls. And then I together with my team, we went to do a little digging, and that's how come we got to know that this happened in 2005. So fast forward, this was what has happened. And you see, there's even a pathway that had been, blocked by the mast and all of it. It was a painful experience, if you ask me. Very, very painful. We spoke about it on Tuesday. Thankfully, as of yesterday when I checked, according to the residents, the mast had been decommissioned because I invoked the powers of the MC, Anti Adukwe. I invoked the Bachona police, and then I also mentioned the EPA. I'm told that the EPA made a strong direction, give a strong direction that the mast should be decommissioned. So I want to thank the EPA, I want to thank the Assembly, and I want to thank the Bachona police. Please show me the success story. The mast that had been decommissioned. There's a small video clip. So even the vehicle, this vehicle that was destroyed, right? This vehicle that was destroyed. They didn't get the exact brand of vehicle or the exact, specification of the vehicle. I think they got about, 10,000 or at the time, 100,000 or so, because the redenomination had not happened at the time. So that would be a 10,000 series or something like that. And the mother and the boy spoke with me. The young man, I think now works at GPHA, right? And this was a very painful time. If the narrative that I'm getting, it was a very, very painful time. And it tells of how we suddenly forget things in this country. Because if something of this nature had happened, compensation had been wishy-washy according to the victims themselves. And the people within the vicinity were not too comfortable with it coming up. And they had to take the residents to be up in arms, really, with the people who were putting up the mast. So the question I asked was that, did monies exchange hands? Did monies exchange hands? Who gave the authorization? The people who gave the authorization, do they also live there? or they were just putting up these things. And this is just one of many. I showed you the other time something I saw at Mamprobi where an electric pole had been mounted and somebody had built a kiosk around it. And the people go there to go and check for legal connection and all of that. Play the video for me, the video of the mast being decommissioned. I'll speak over it. And so I saw that. So this is the mast. It has been decommissioned. Right? As of yesterday when we checked, it had been decommissioned because it used to be higher than this. It had been decommissioned. So I want to thank the EPA. I want to thank the Assembly. And I want to say to the MC, maybe, Madam, you may not be aware, Auntie Adukwe, or Star Adukwe, I should say, because I have brothers of your age. So Star Adukwe, I may not be, you may not be aware, but these things do happen. And this is also a warning and a signal to all MCs, MMDCs in this country. Some of your people under you take certain decisions and go and agree to certain things without your tacit approval. And then when the matter comes, you will have to go and face the music. So this is our success story. We said it on Tuesday. By Friday, it has been decommissioned. That tells you the power of Johnny's Bite. And that tells you the impact. That's journalism. Johnny's Bite. Johnny's Bite. We know how to do it. We do the work. And we do it from the depth of our hearts. And we will not go to people to tell them to give us money to do the work for them. No. Johnny's Bite. So those people who, when we speak about them and we provide the documents and the evidence, and then they come up to say, oh, he has gone to collect money. Collect money from who? Johnny's Bite. We do the work the way we were taught how to do it at the Ghana Institute of Journalism. We do the work because of the discipline and the training we were brought up with. We are not greedy. We are not hungry. We are just determined and patriotic. We want Ghana to succeed again. Now that the mast have been decommissioned, the people around that area, can you imagine the sigh of relief they will heave? They will sleep now in peace. The mother who called me, Mrs. Sori, who called me with her son, they would now be clear in their minds that at least what happened to us will not happen to somebody else. And that's all we are looking for, a better Ghana. A Ghana that is good, not a Ghana of slogans. This is not slogan. Johnny's Bite is the people's bite. It's not slogan. We are acting it. We're dealing with the issues. And that's why you should join me to go to South Africa. Because in October, I'll be going to South Africa with a few of you. It's August, September, October. In October, we're going to South Africa. And it costs you around $2,000, $2,699 for single occupancy, $2,399 per person. And you get a visa facilitation, you get a return ticket to Accra, a round trip to Johannesburg and Cape Town, hotel accommodation, breakfast and lunch, Winelands tour, city tour of Johannesburg and Cape Town, exclusive access to the WineX event, guided shopping tours, B2B networking, business to business. Now, let's see the other slide, where if you are in the fintech, IT, whichever business that you run, you will have an opportunity to have a B2B engagement. And you need to call this number now, 053 11 00 927. 053 11 00 927. 053 11 00 927. The country is hot. You need time to cool off and also to talk business. So you mix a bit of business and pleasure together. I just showed you our scorecard from the Spintex Road. And so when I say show your scorecard, those are some of the things I mean. Show your scorecard. So a getaway, agro-business, food processing, telco, fintech, if you're into manufacturing, financial services, events, marketing and advertising, IT solutions, the same things apply to you. $2,699 per person and $2,399 per person if you are doing double occupancy. We're traveling from the 21st to the 28th of October, so book your slots now. It's important that you book. Only limited seats are available. Visa facilitation and all of that. You may have been trying to get your visa and all of that. I mean, visa facilitation, it comes with this one. You get it round trip from Accra to, South Africa, Accra. You get also Johannesburg, Cape Town, and all the events. Now, tomorrow will be a big day in the life of the New Patriotic Party. I want to throw back a bit. Please show me the first time that we had about 17 or 18 people. 17 people, yeah? 17 people. Please put it up there. The results at a glance. The results at a glance. And this result had 17 individuals, 17 people who had wanted to wave the flag on behalf of the NPP. Dr. Arthur Kennedy had 1 vote. Ajay Bewa had 6 votes. Owusu Japan had 9 votes. Kwabena Japan had 9 votes. He's in the race again. Boakye Jako had 10 votes. He's in the race one more time. Kwabena Frimpong Boateng had 12 votes. He's not in the race, but you know that he had written a report to the chief of staff about Galamsey. The report had been kept under wraps until the police and CID got in. Somebody leaked it to the press, and we are still waiting for the final investigation and how people will be held. Konedu Apreku, Kofi Konedu Apreku, he had 19 votes. Jake Otanka Obechemi Lamte of blessed memory had 20 votes. Professor Aaron Mike Okwe had 20 votes, and you know Professor Okwe is now the chairman of the committee supervising this election. Dr. Kwame Adokufo also had 22 votes or so. Owusu Ajiman, Hakma Owusu Ajiman had 28 votes, and these days I hear is a board chairman of, is it Cocoa Board or one of the institutions here? And Papa Owusu Ankuma, who is a representative in the United Kingdom, 34 votes. Dan Boche, former General Secretary, former Information Minister, had 52 votes. Yao Safumafu, Senior Presidential Advisor, Senior Minister, 63 votes. Alhaji Aliu Mahama, 146 votes, former Vice President. Alan Kojo Tremantin had 738 votes. He's in the race one more time. And then Nana Adodankwe Akufo-Addo, 1,096 votes. So this is the result at a glance. So from this chart, you see that it is Alan Tremantin who was in the race at the time. Boakye Jako also in the race at the time. Kwabena Japan, who was also in the race at the time. All the others are new faces, if you ask me. Kofi Konedu Apreku, sorry. Kofi Konedu Apreku too. So 4 of them, right? 4 of them are in the race again. But it's interesting to know that some of the names that have come up, and show me the new list. Some of the names that have come up, and the new list is this. Kennedy Ejapong is number 1. Alan Kojo Tremantin is number 2. Joe Gatti is number 3 on the ballot. Kwejo Nsafwa Poku, energy analyst, is number 4. Dr. Friye Akuto is number 5. Kwabena Ejapong is number 6. Francis Adenimo is number 7. Kofi Konedu Apreku is number 8. Boakye Jako is number 9. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is number 10. Now, you see the gentlemen who I showed you in the previous list. They find their presence here. Tomorrow we'll bring you an extensive coverage on all media general platforms. So you want to tune in and listen. The delegates, I'm sure by this time, would have made up their minds already. And somebody asked me yesterday that, Alan Cash, does he still have cash? Because when the campaigns and the tours began, the conversation had become around, oh, you gave us too much and you gave us too little. So somebody asked me, does Alan Tremantin, does he have cash now? I don't know. I'm only asking what the masses are asking. Then somebody says, oh, Kojo Poku, is he not too young? He should wait for his time, because if you look at the ages of these individuals, please put the photo up there. Put the photo up there for me, please. If you see the ages of these individuals, they're totally different, and they are the superstars. I'm not. And somebody says, oh, Kennedy Ejapong will bring discipline. And then somebody says, oh, is Kennedy Ejapong himself disciplined? Because if somebody has to be giving out discipline or be instilling discipline to people, he himself has to be disciplined, not so. Then somebody says, oh, what about Mr. Joe Gatti? He has tried so many times. Is he still qualified? I mean, these are conversations that I had with delegates. They keep asking the questions. Somebody's asking, is Dr. Bawumia trustworthy? We don't feel the vibe of Ada anymore and Kofi Konedu Apreku. Well, Kwabena Ejapong looks like the stern one. He looks like the disciplined one. He looks like the one who can do it. But will he be allowed to do it? Dr. Friye Akuto is talking about the new vision. Interestingly, All the 10 of them have become new visionaries. All the 10 of them. Now, all these 10 fine gentlemen were part of the people who preached change to us in our various constituencies on the various platforms. I won't take a single one of them out. All the 10 you see on your screen now, they were part of the people who preached change on the campaign platforms. They preached it in 2008, they preached it in 2012, they preached it in 2016, and then they preached it in 2020. In fact, in 2020, they said they were going to continue the good work. So now, when all of them come up and they say they are preaching change, you ask yourself whether the change that they preached in the past came or that the change did not come at all. And is it not interesting that they are preaching change? Because I raised something. The list of 17. Show me the list of 17. The list of 17 people who had come to want to replace John Agyekum Kufuor at the time, the gentle jag. All these 17 people said they were going to continue the work of John Agyekum Kufuor. They didn't say they had a separate vision from John Agyekum Kufuor. They said they were going to continue what John Agyekum Kufuor had done. Listen carefully. They said they were going to continue with the legacy of John Agyekum Kufuor. But the 10, show me the picture of the 10. The 10 are not saying that they are going to continue the vision. The 10 are saying, we have a new vision. So, can we say, from a layman's point of view, that the 17, which included President Akufo-Addo, which included Kwabena J.J. which included Joe Garte, which included Kofi Konadu-Apreko, which included Boakye Jaku, can we say that those people at the time felt comfortable associating with the successes and the legacy of John Agyekum Kufuor and do not feel same trying to associate with the legacy, if any, of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo? Because Nana Addo's own vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is saying that he has a new vision. And the question a senior citizen asked me was that, if you have a new vision, you were brought in from the Bank of Ghana to come and assist the man to come and work, and you have a new vision, why are you not giving him that new vision at this time or in this time of difficulty so that he can use the new vision to transform things? And until recently, Alan Tremantin was a cabinet minister. Until recently, Dr. Osefri Yakutu was a cabinet minister. Until recently. Not so long ago, Kwabena J.J. was general secretary of the party until he was kicked out with Paul Afoko and Sami Crab for speaking the truth. So the question is that these gentlemen have new vision, but they were all part of the people who preach change to us. What happened to the change? Did the change ever come? And of the 10 of them, who would the delegates choose? Because now they had to trim the number down to 5. The list I showed you earlier, they had to choose 1. But this one, they had to trim the number down to 5. And then by November 4, we'll see who emerges victorious.
Water is life. Water gives life. Water moves through nature in a never-ending cycle. Observe the beauty of water as it flows all around us, refreshing and restoring. Gaze in wonder at the stillness and beauty of